Hello everyone. In last two lectures, we have studied about AMO diagram for first is about CO H2O 6 3 plus ion. Second is about CO F6 3 minus ion. Okay. In these octahedral complexes, we have seen that is in the complex here CO is, that is cobalt, is nothing but the center metal ion, and remaining is the H2O and F6 are the ligands. H2O is a neutral ligand while F6 is a weak ligand. But as far as next diagram for hexaamine cobalt 3 plus ion is considered, at that time what happens here? Here NH3, that is amine ligand, is the strongest one. NH36, this ligand occurs as a strong ligand and strong ligand. Therefore, what happens, or what is the difference between previous two complexes and these complexes is that is here the filling of electrons takes place according to a Aufbau's Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity and Pauli's exclusion principle, along with a center metal ion also. But in case of amine, what happens? Whatever may be the electrons from ligands, that is each NH3 from two ligands, 6 NH3, that is equal to how many ligands? How many electrons? 12 electrons. These electrons are placed according to the Hund's rule, Pauli's maximum, Pauli's exclusion principle and Aufbau's principle. But due to the large gap between T2G N and antibonding Eg star orbitals, there is a large gap between here. Delta 0 is equal to large gap, and due to this large gap and a strong ligand, there is the placement of electrons is only occurs in a only T2G non-bonding orbital electrons, that is which are nothing but the only center metal ions. How many center metal ions electrons here? That is according to CO 3 plus. Already what is the number? That is CO Z is equal to 27. What is the electron configuration? Again I am writing here 1s2, 2s2 here, okay, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3d7. What is going to be total? 10 plus 18 plus 20, 20 plus 7, 27. And after getting CO 3 plus ion, what is the excited state electronic configuration? That is excited state EC of CO as a 3 plus is equal to, by losing 3 electrons from 2 electrons from 4s orbital and one of the electron from 3d orbital. Okay. Therefore, the electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Okay. How many electrons? That is 3d6. Okay. And 4s0. Okay. Thus, we can write here, instead of these 18 electrons, we can write here as, just remind your inert gas elements, which are the Z is equal to 18 in group elements, that is equal to argon up to 18, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 8, 18, Ar, 3d6, 4s0. That is the ground state electronic configuration. Okay, already I have given to you, but for the sake of simplicity, I am again repeating this sequence. This is the most important one for counting and coming that how many electrons are used for linear combination of a metal ion and the ligand group orbitals. Okay, now we know that is amine ligand is a strongest one. Thus, there is First thing is that there is pairing of electrons takes place in which orbitals? In between T2G and EG star orbitals. Here T2G orbitals are how many? That is equal to 1, 2 and 3. Okay. dxy, dyz, dxz. Okay. How many electrons we come from the center metal ion? That is equal to 6 electrons. And these 6 electrons are again filled according to the low spin complex. Okay, that this is a strong field ligands. Okay, therefore these ligands are again only paired in this fashion. No one electron can enter from this T2G to EG. Why? Because the difference between T2G and, that is non-bonding orbital electrons, and the anti-bonding EG orbital electrons, this difference is nothing but the high, that is delta 0 is greater than pairing energy, and that pairing energy is nothing but the 296 kilojoule per mole. Okay, this is the actual difference between last two complexes and this present complex. Now we are going to fill up according to IMO diagram. How many number of electrons? That is equal to 18 electrons. See here, what is the IMO diagram sequence? Just similar to previous diagrams one. We have to just fill up the electrons like this. First of all, you have to make the columns of paper as 3, as like this. You have to just write here as, that is T1U, anti-bonding here. Okay, then A1G, anti-bonding, then EG, anti-bonding. Okay, now as far as EG is concerned, we have to just draw here, that is the how much electrons? That is T2G electrons orbitals. 1, 2, T2G non-bond, and this difference is called as delta 0, that is equal to larger gap. These orbitals are called as which? It is anti-bonding amines. Okay, now in near of this we can draw here d orbitals of central metal ion. This is how many orbitals? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3d orbital of metal ion, that is of AOs. Here bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals of complex. Below this, above this, which energy level is come? 3d. After 3d, 4s here, and then 4p. Okay, this is 4p, this is 4s. Okay, now this is of central metal ion which? That is cobalt 3 plus. How many electrons? 6. 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, and also 6. Now here we have to draw the energy gap, energy with increasing order, energy, and as the energy of central metal ion is higher than that of ligands, therefore we have to show here ligands. Okay, in this position we have to show the ligands. Okay, now how many ligands? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, these are A1G, T1U raised to n plus EG raised to n. LGOs, lower energy. aols. Okay, now below this you have to draw your first Eg orbitals. Eg, bonding molecular orbital. Below this we have to draw here T2G, T1U, and below this we can draw here, that is A1U, A1G. Okay, that is one of them. A1G means that is this A1G. Okay, here T1U and here 3D Eg plus T2G. G plus T2G. Now we can join these orbitals with the sequence as here. This is as here Eg and T2G. Eg from here. Okay. Eg from here. Okay. Then T2G. A1 T2G here, not Eg here, T1U here, and here A1G. Okay, now T1U, then A1G, here. Okay, now A1G here, T1U here. Okay, here from T1U here, A1G here, and Eg here. Okay, here Eg from this position. Okay, now just matching the orbitals with centrometal ion and ligands. This molecular energy diagram is completed. Now we have to fill up the electrons. How many electrons? That is 6 from strong ligand, that is equal to 12 according to Pauli's-Horne's rule of maximum multiplicity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now these electrons are filled up in this fashion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 12 electrons from ligands corresponds to this. This portion is completed. Now, remaining is how many electrons? 6. Which are the 6? That is the central metal ions. Now, due to the large gap between Eg orbitals and T2G n orbitals, and amine is the strong ligand, for that purpose, these electrons are placed in only T2G non-bonding electrons. Okay, thus 6 electrons are located in this fashion, that is according to a low spin complex. Okay, thus by observing this diagram with filling of electrons, it is very clear that is all the 18 electrons. Just count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All the electrons are get paired. Therefore, this complex is a diamagnetic in nature. Diamagnetic in nature. Okay. Now, why it is diamagnetic in nature and why all the electrons are paired up? This criteria we are going to discuss here. Okay. Already you have seen this diagram here, and therefore what happens here? I am showing you here in this portion. Okay. First of all, first thing is that is for the linear combinations there are totally how many orbitals? 9 orbitals. Due to 9 orbitals, 3 orbitals are from T2G n orbitals, which are used for pi bonding. Therefore, remaining orbitals are which? That is equal to 6 orbitals. And therefore, these 6 orbitals are here. 6 orbitals. Thus, the 6 orbitals of ligand group orbitals and central metal ion orbitals combines with their appropriate energies and symmetry. They can form 6 bonding and 6 anti-bonding molecular orbitals. That is, this is bonding orbital. For anti-bonding orbitals, we have to make a star over this symbol of the orbitals, that is Eg star, A1G star, T1U star with capital letters. Okay, and here we have to show here in small letters. Okay, in the ligand group orbitals, totally 12 electrons are accommodated in the atomic orbitals. These electrons can accommodate in bonding molecular orbital in this fashion. Whatever may be the 6 electrons remains from the central metal ion, which is having the higher energy than the ligand group orbitals, that is, as ligand possess the lower energy than the central metal ion. Therefore, and due to the strong ligand like amine, and also due to the large gap between Eg orbitals and non-bonding T2G orbitals, therefore the electrons are get spared in only T2Gn orbitals, and there is, due to the large energy gap, due to take the electronic transitions here more gap between these two orbitals, therefore there is more overlap of orbitals of central metal ion and ligand group orbitals. This rise to the making of a strong bond. But as this value due to large gap delta 0 is greater than that of pairing energy, which is of 296 kilojoule per mole, and it makes the bond becomes the strong. Okay, and due to this, the and pairing of the electrons, this complex, that is octahedral complex, is nothing but the diamagnetic complex in nature. As far as its color and its stability is concerned, when this complex is subjected for the color in the UV region, it is observed that by absorbing due to electronic transition between T2G and 2 Eg star orbitals, due to the large gap and this transition is not possible, therefore this complex absorbs purple color or violet color and gives rise to its complementary color as orange yellow. Its complementary color as orange yellow. Okay, thus when the complex is subjected in UV region, due to the large gap between T2Gn and Eg orbitals, getting the more stability to the bonds, and delta 0 is greater than pairing energy about 296 kilojoule per mole. Here all the electrons are paired up, and this due to the energy transition between T2Gn to Eg star, the complex absorbs violet color or the purple color, and it gives its complementary color as orange yellow. Okay, thus the complex shows the orange yellow color, and it is a diamagnetic in nature. I hope that all of you will understand this point very clearly, and I also hope that all of you like my videos. Please subscribe and share the videos. If there are any doubts, please ask me on group. Also note that this is the last point from this topic. One more point is remaining. I will give you in the form of PPT, that is the advantages and disadvantages of the MOT diagram. Okay. Now in the next lecture, we are going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of MOT, and thus we conclude this topic. Okay. Thank you.